evil things for sinners.
Yeah, another thing that is getting to him, the fact that you have all these other camps, and some of the brothers that's in those camps don't look like your typical Hebrew Israelite. Some of those guys even look like so-called white people. But they don't understand that this thing, when it really blows up, not only are you going to have Israelites that look like so-called white people coming into it, you're going to have Israelites that look like every other nation where they were scattered coming into it. And a lot of you guys are going to get offended, man. And you're going to fall right out the truth. That's part of that sifting process too. Hey, this is the book of Revelation 7 and 14. It says, yeah, believe it or not, you're going to have Israelites that look like so-called Jews, if you can believe that. All right? Revelation 7 and 13, beginning at 13, it says, and one of the elders, which are the 24 elders, the 24 angels up in the heavens, answered, saying unto me, what are these that are arrayed in white robes? The white robes represents this knowledge, this truth. And whence came they? And I said, this is John speaking to the angel, one of the elders, and I said unto him, sir, thou knowest. In other words, John looked at him and said, man, I don't know who those individuals are. And he said to me, the elder said to John, these are they which came out of great tribulation. We're about to enter into that great tribulation. We're about to enter into it. We're at the doors of it. And that's during the time when this truth is really going to encompass the whole world. And then Yahushua said, then, like the scripture said, then shall the end come, meaning Yahushua is going to come back. It says,
God, specifically in Matthew 24, this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole world, and then the end shall come.
And who's going to preach it? Who's going to preach it? It shall be preached among the whole world. Who's going to preach it? Who's the top camp that's preaching it right now? GMS. And the way it's going to go throughout the whole world is through the internet. Because we don't have to go in each country to preach the word.
Well, it tells you that. They shall not go through every city.
Yeah.
So like that's in Matthew, what is that? Matthew 10, I believe.
Via the internet. And that's that prophecy where it's written in Daniel, and knowledge shall be increased. Now, the main knowledge is this truth. But one of the vehicles that's helping the knowledge to increase is the internet. As a matter of fact, in the book of Psalms, the 19th chapter, we call that the internet scripture. All right? So all these other Israelites...
Yeah, these guys get all messed up over the unicorn. The unicorn shall help us.
Because they have no
because
understanding.
They're not deep. There's nothing
no
deep about it. The
man.
Spirit's not dealing with you, man. You got to recognize the true man of the Lord, man. You seeing us right on your screen.
Yeah.
You know? It says here, 2 Corinthians 11 and 3. This is Paul speaking. It said, but I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Yahushua.
Yeah, simplicity.
So your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Yahushua, or of Yahushua. Because the thing with the mark of the beast is simple, man. It's simple. Ain't talking about no nations, small nations and great nations, big nations, skinny nations and fat nations.
But that's the wingmaster.
Dumb nations and smart nations.
But that's the wingmaster.
Red nations and white nations. You wing. That's why we call you the wingmaster, man. Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it back to you.
You need to stop it, Nate. You need to stop teaching,
real.
man. And you need to come out. You need to come clean, man.
Yeah,
you need to stop bullshit, man, being a fucking shyster, man. And a goddamn charlatan. Because that's exactly what you are, a charlatan, man.
Yeah, charlatan.
You're a shyster, man.
A Shylock. What was the other word for a Mountie Bank? Yeah, Monty. I've just finished the 14th verse. And look, we preparing you brothers for this thing is going to blow wide open all over the world. And you're going to have Israelites coming looking like the nations where they were scattered. So get prepared for that, all right? And not all of them ain't going to look like John Schaff, like we said years ago during the Cornelius thing. All right? This is the 14th verse. It says, and I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, these are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, meaning they have the truth, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. The Lamb is Yahweh Shai. So this prophecy is getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to blow wide open, right?
You see, they're going in back into Iraq because they got this new group out now. Al Qaeda was like the bloodthirstiest group out there. They said Al Qaeda is afraid of these guys, man. The ISIS. That's ironic that they happen to be the name ISIS, man. The Queen of Heaven. All right, ISIS meaning Islamic States of Iraq and Syria. So basically, they're terrorists that are going into Iraq. Basically, they're looking for a back door to go into Syria, man. Because they try to make this guy, the president. I forget the guy's name. What the hell is his name? He's been out the news for a while. But basically, he won by a landslide. I think he won by like 80% vote of the votes. So basically, that's saying that the majority of the people want this guy to be the president. Assad, I believe his name is. Assad. They just knew. They just knew that they were going to vote him out of office. But Bashar al-Assad. All right? And he won by a landslide, man. Under your system. Under democracy, man. So now they had to make this new group up, all right, to use them to go to the back door to take this man out of power. And then Barack Obama is talking about sending. Well, he's saying that we're not going to send boots on the ground. Believe me, they're going to send. I could be wrong, but if this thing escalates, they're going to have to send boots on the ground, man.
Yeah. By the way, I mean, it just popped in my mind as we were talking now. Hey, man, I mean, not to try to sound like some oracle or something. I had a dream last night about Nate again. Now, in the dream, right, it was like in the future when things really start popping off. There were certain guys from Nate's camp. It was like, I know we were there. I believe Elder Tahar was there. Some of the other elders. We were like outside somewhere. And we was like trying to organize these men. It was like different guys, scragglers from different camps, Johanna's and the Nate's camp. They were coming to us.
Well, we've been saying that point, that when that happens, that point in time, I believe is when they institute that mark. When that mark, you know when that mark's going to become real to you, man? When they actually pass a law where Obama, he might say, we got this new thing and we're adding this to the Obamacare, and you're going to hold up the chip. This is the chip.
Yeah.
And they're going to start having a lot of commercials on it. Then they're going to say, if you want to still be a cop, you got to have that chip. They're going to do it by classes. And that's when reality is going to hit you in the face, man.
Yeah.
And all you scorners, you might try to get back on our side, man. You might try to get back in our good graces, but guess what? We know you niggas, man. We know you niggas. And what you gonna do, Hill Hook, man?
Yeah.
What the hell you gonna do?
You gonna be out there?
Cause you were lost, man. That's what happens, man, when you got a gladiator that tries to be spiritual.
Yeah.
It don't work all the time.
Yeah. Hey, now in the dream, you had these different guys. I don't know who they were exactly. We say, hey, line up, brothers, line up, and we had them line up, and then guess who came into the lineup, man? Nate.
Oh well, he gonna be a soldier.
He came.
He gonna be a sign boy.
Now in the dream,
but you had a dream before like that. And other brothers, man.
Now in the dream,
he gonna have his head down. He gonna
humble.
Well, he gonna be humble.
Because I'll be honest.
Maybe the Most High took his family out.
Hey,
but the Most High, if that's true, the Most High gonna humble your ass, man. You know?
Yeah.
And you'll be watching the GMS Elders video, and you're gonna be seeing Nate in the background with his head down, man.
Hey, but,
in the background.
In the dream, I mean, I forgot about to tell this brother. It just popped in the Most High, put it into my memory. I said, "Oh shit! Wait a minute. That was just last. I woke up this morning. I had the dream last night." Because we had other guys, and in the dream, I knew it was guys that was with Nate or even Johanna. They were coming to us in the dream. And we were standing there, y'all, all right, line up, brother. We was okay. We're gonna organize you guys and get them in order. And then we had the dudes line up, and then this motherfucker came and walked right up and stood right in the middle of the line. And he was wearing like a garment, but he was wearing one of our Bumite type. He was wearing like a humble type GMS type garment, and he came and stood there, and he had his head kind of down. Then I looked and focused. I said, what's, and in my mind, in the dream, I said, what the fuck you doing here, man? You know? I said, Nate, I said, what the fuck is he doing here, man? But in the dream, he had like he was super humble, man. But then in my mind, I said, okay, well, you know what? If he humbled himself and the Lord is dealing with him now, we got to deal with him. That was the day, man. That was a dream I had just last night, brother. The Lord is my witness.